Okay, welcome people. We are here from
Brennan Beach,
Brennan Beach,
New York. Very beautiful.
Brennan Beach is an RV park that has an astonishing 1,600 spaces,
Sites, yeah.
1,600 sites.
But it also has a grocery store, 3 swimming pools, 2 restaurants.
Yeah,
Super nice place.
It's just an amazing place.
Yeah, ice cream shop.
It has a really nice beach. So, this is Miss Come on now, Analea. These are the people at Brennan Beach have a good sense of humor.
They're very fun-filled people.
Yeah, they're very fun-filled.
They really like what they do. They like where they're at, and they're full of kindness.
Yes. So. And here we are at Salt Creek Shores State Park. It's located in Lake Ontario, in the town of Richland, in Oswego County. This park has 26 cabins, 130 campsites, 2 pavilions, and all that you can rent if you go to the New York Park and Recreation's Historical Preservation website, and you just can rent anything you want from there. I have a feeling that it's full all year long because there were a lot of families in the park.
It had a really nice, very large playground for the kids to play in, and lots of trails to go on in the back. That, of course, we did them all. And the beach was spectacular, with a really large, like dock that went off, but it was concrete, and it would fill up with people in the afternoons, because many people would come out and want to see the sunset. And there was a lot of sports that you could do there. There was kayaking and canoeing, and of course there was a whole bunch of people that were fishing. It was absolutely delightful.
And if you want to see the sunset in Lake Ontario, this will be the place to go. There's another beach that I heard that I forgot the name of it. It's north of here, just a few minutes north of here. And they say that it's a better beach for swimming and things like that. But on this beach, the sunsets are truly spectacular. Actually, the sunset at the end of this video was filmed right there. Then that same day we drove to Oswego. And Oswego is the home of Oswego State University. And it's located in Lake Ontario in the north central New York. And it promotes itself as the port city of central New York. Oswego, in Iroquois language, the name means pouring out place. And as you can see, it is pouring out.
This would be perfect to go whitewater rafting. You know, people pay an awful lot of money to go whitewater rafting. Look at this. This is like a category 3. I think that it's worthy. I would definitely think if you have a canoe or a raft or anything, just head on down.
You know, the crazy thing is that this river is navigable. Actually, if you go to the Erie Canal, the way from the Erie Canal to Lake Ontario is through Oswego, through this river. Now, this is during low tide, and I don't think
it's rougher during low tide.
Want to go
High
anywhere.
tide, it gets smooth. It's nice.
It gets really smooth, but low tide, it's low tide. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's just insane.
Mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing to see that water. That's why you see that I shot that video for a long time.
He was mesmerized.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, on this railing, along this railing, there's a river walk, and they have, what do you call those things? Lifesavers along the railing, because if you fall in there, you're gonna end
up way out.
You're gonna end up in Lake Ontario, who knows where.
Yeah.
You know, but it's just an amazing place. And also, that's a lighthouse. This lighthouse is very famous. You see the breakwater out there in that lighthouse?
It gets a little rough.
It gets rough. You know, Lake Ontario gets really angry sometimes. And when Lake Ontario gets angry, watch out. This structure here is actually the YMCA. I don't know what this building used to be before. It was the YMCA, but, you know, it's the YMCA right now.
But it's obviously was something else before.
Hopefully not a jail. Syracuse University, yay! The home of the orange, yay! So it's a private research university now, and it was established in 1870 and as an independent college. But the roots can be traced back to 1831 to a Wesleyan seminary. Right now the university is not religious, it doesn't have anything to do with that. The campus features an eclectic mix of buildings from Romanesque revival structure, as you can see, to a modern building designed by the famous architect I.M. Pei. So we rode down the street. This is
right in front of it.
Sorority road.
Yeah, on both sides of the street, you had the sororities and the fraternities. Each one of them was absolutely gorgeous. It must have housed thousands of students. And there was also dormitories on the regular campus where the other buildings were too. But these are rather spectacular.
The campus is enormous. This is only the downtown campus. It has a north campus and a south campus. It's enormous. We kept on driving and we arrived at Onondaga Lake Park, called the Central Park of Central New York.
I like this place.
It's located in the northwest and adjacent to Syracuse. It has 7 miles of shoreline with a variety of areas for family picnics, sports, and whatever else people think of doing there. And I have ice cream.
Yeah, a great little ice cream shop with all kinds of flavors and lots of little wildlife everywhere. There were a whole bunch of people playing soccer, plus a bunch of kids. They had soccer teams on one side. The little kids. Then we went to the Onondaga Historic Society Museum. It's a really nice little place. It gives the history of the auto industry, breweries, furniture, and sports in Syracuse, with a large section on commerce. It told all about their department stores and the products they sold during the 18th and 19th centuries. They had another little place inside that was great that showed the artwork. They have special exhibits. This one in particular was called Kids on Canvas, and it showed various of styles of the Romantic period and folk art styles. But I particularly liked the stuff about the musicians and the photos they had. They had wonderful photos of 18th century Syracuse and what it was like back then. And it was rather rustic compared to the way things are now when you look at the before and after. The buildings, though, were the same. That was amazing. A lot of the buildings that are in Syracuse right now, you can see them in the photos. We went to this great little art festival that was downtown. It was actually all over the downtown, and we saw a lot of different buildings, and it was like in between the museums and everything. They were selling all kinds of beautiful things from the locals there. And they also had mariachi and people playing from Peru, lots of little bands. I really enjoyed it.
She bought t-shirts.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
They were
really cool t-shirts.
Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, they had some really
nice things
to say and all that kind of stuff. So while we were walking around in that art festival, we had lunch. We had some stuff for lunch in there. You know, they had like food trucks.
And we met some nice people too. We had long conversations. It was great.
We had a conversation with the dean of, I forget what school, of Syracuse University. Great guy. But anyways, while we were walking around, then we heard some music. Mm-hmm. And then we realized the music was coming out of a church, the Cathedral of the Immaculate Conception. It was constructed in 1874 by Lawrence O'Connor.
It was beautiful.
Irishman, I think.
Yes, obviously.
Yes. And by that time it was named St. Mary's Church. Several years later, you know, you go through the whole thing until what it is today. But the organ that you're going to hear now is a Roosevelt Chance organ, which is amazing, and it was built in 1892, and the sound is incredible. So let's listen to a little bit. Okay, so we kept on driving and we got to Rosamond Gifford Zoo in Syracuse. And it started in 1900 when Leon Cornelius Smith, not an Irishman, donated $10,000 in the zoological collection to establish the zoo. Don't ask me what the zoological collection was, but I'm pretty sure it was of rabbits or something. You know. In 1999, the zoo received a $2 million endowment from Rosamond Gifford Charitable Corporation. If you want to know who Rosamond Gifford was, look it up, because I don't know. And in this place, it grew, and now they have successfully bred endangered species such as the Humboldt penguins, Asian elephants, Amur tigers, snow leopards, golden Siam tamarins, camels, and many other things that I couldn't even tell you the name of.
And the great thing is that this, in a very large outdoors, they all have a very like homey, natural environment that they can roam around in. It's not like they're in cages. I hate it when you go to a zoo and everybody's in a cage. It should be more like this. And you can tell that they're well taken care of. It's absolutely a wonderful place to go and take the family. The kids were having an incredible good time, especially when they got to the penguins and the goats. And of course this goat, I love his horns. That's beautiful.
The only shot you can get was the tiger, because I think the tiger was trying to escape from that cage.
Yeah.
So he was just walking around on the periphery of the cage.
He had a huge area. It was like impossible to even find him for a while, and people were looking, where is he? Where is he? And you could walk here and walk there and up the path until finally someone spotted him.
But the zoo is really big. I mean, the animals are not constrained in little cages or anything like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
nice.
It's very, very nice. They did a really, really nice job.
And these camels are an endangered species also. The children just love the penguins. There were groups of them watching them for I myself was there at least 30 minutes. It was like they were playing peekaboo with you. That's the funny part about it. They knew you. They were putting on a show.
What? Oh, there's I see a tiger. Oh, there's
not a tiger, buddy.
Let's go find some tiger.
That's a male.
Obviously. Well, how do you know? They were digging for their food, which of course is the natural way of doing things.
And next we went to the Erie Canal Museum, located downtown Syracuse, and it showcases the 1850 National Register weight lock building. This is where the barges used to go in and weigh before they got into the continuum to the Erie Canal. It's an amazing thing how they did that. And it tells the incredible adventure story of the Erie Canal. Now, this is not the only Erie Canal Museum. There is one in Albany, in Chittenango, in Rome, and Camillus, And I haven't been to any one of those, but this was great.
Yeah, and it had a video that you could watch that told all about the history. They also had a really wonderful exhibit on the Underground Railroad and the Jewish and German settlements that were in Syracuse. So it was really a full event.
They also had a ship that they put in there in the museum.
Which is
You'll
very much like the
see it in a
replica.
second. Yeah.
That's there, and the furniture from the ship are inside the museum, but you could go into the ship that was laid out. Like
Yeah,
this is
that's
the
it.
quarters for the men that ran the ship, and inside they turned the whole thing into a museum, and in the very back
Yeah.
is where the people that cruised on the ship, because they did cruise up and down the Erie Canal, well, they could stay over the night or however long they needed to travel to where they were going.
And then we went home. We sat down.
To enjoy the water.
And this just amazing sunset. Just gonna let you watch it.
Every day was like this. Beautiful sunsets in the evening.
On Lake Ontario.
And then as soon as the sun went out, the moon came up. And it was just as beautiful.
So that's it.
Life is an adventure and the world is huge, so subscribe today and join us as we explore and share it with you.